This learning is Leili Nishmas Broya Bas Chananya, Maseches Kilayim, Perek Tes, Mishna Tes. This Mishnah teaches of 4 cases that even though it's not Kilayim in Atera, it's nevertheless Asr Midrabanan. Halevadim, so this refers to materials that are smoothed out, but they're not spun into threads and then woven together. So you have smoothed out materials of wool and linen, and then they're put together. So even though you don't have all 3 things of Shua, Tavi, and Nuz, you only have Shua. Nevertheless, the halacha is that midrabanan, even one of them is asr, and so therefore these items asr are forbidden, and the reason is mipnei shehem shuim, because they are shua, and even one is asr midrabanan. The Mishnah continues, piv shel tzemer b'shel pishtan. If a person has a garment made of linen, and what they would do is they would attach a group of a few strings at the end in order that the garment doesn't come apart. So over here the materials were smoothed out and they were spun into threads, but they weren't woven together. It doesn't have the org. So like we just learned, the halacha is asr, it is asr, and the reason is mipnei she'em chayizrim ka'arig, because they are similar to being woven. The Mishnah continues, Rabbi Yesi says, Mishichai shel argaman asuris. It is forbidden for a person to use a belt made out of wool on a garment of linen, and the reason is mipnei shehu meilel ad shelei kesher, because what the person would do is they would put it on a robe, and they would make little loops on the robe in order to hold the belt into place, and by putting the belt of wool through these loops on the linen garment, they're considered connected, and so it's forbidden. And the Mishnah concludes, La yikshar seret shel tzemer b'shel pishtan. A person shouldn't tie a belt that on one side it's made out of wool and the other side of linen, lachgar bay es masnav, in order to put it around as a belt around their waist. And this is the halacha, afal pi sharatzua be'emsa, even though there is leather in between the 2 sides. So one end of the belt is wool, and the other end of the belt is linen, and in the middle between the wool and linen, there's leather. So let's say, for example, the side that the person holds with their right hand is wool, and the side that the person holds with their left hand is linen. And in between the 2 sides, between the 2 ends of the belt, there's a section of leather. So the wool is not touching the linen, but nevertheless, it's forbidden because when the person ties the belt, they're tying the wool and linen together.